Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Acelian Gaming, bringing you StarCraft 1 versus 1. This is going to be a continuation, in fact nearing the end of the series for the New York Intel Extreme, or the New York City Intel Extreme Masters Tournament, the IEM NYC, ASAP BBQ LOL. This matchup is going to be between Imba's Strelock and Evil Genius's StrifeCro. Neither player is new if you've seen the previous series. If you haven't, if this is your first series, then Strelock has shown to be a very standard yet solid Terran. He's had some phenomenal play at times. He's tried some things where were a little different. He tried some things that didn't maybe work out so well, but he's usually not an all-in kind of guy. He plays to where he's got a backup plan, he's got the next step. It almost seems like he's never really going in for a kill until he's really ready to, until he knows his opponent is on the ropes. A safer style of play, you could say. StrifeCro, on the other hand, has shown some, well, I shouldn't say on the other hand, because he's really shown the same, some solid, consistent play. Both of these players, it should be a pretty good matchup. This is on Terminus SE, and this is going to be the GSL version. As we see some pretty neat looking little holographic thingamadoobers. There's a little circling. It's always neat to see what little doodads they add through these various levels, or what they have in the map editor itself. Probably just sit through and just look at all sorts of different things. We do have the neutral supply depot down here, just make sure there wouldn't be any silly shenanigans of pylon rushing or bunker walling in and so on and so forth. But that's not going to be at all necessary. Strelock, not necessarily that kind of guy. Strelock didn't wall off here. An interesting choice. He really did go right for the tech lab, going for that instant Reaper that we saw before. Whenever you see a tech lab going down right away, you can safely assume Reaper is going to come out and harass. Actually would make pretty good to run along all of these cliffs and hop down and hop up. He can get up right here, and he can slip right around to the side and be in your mineral line before you know it. Word. Just a little scouting on either end here, as the players, seeing that they're cross position, know that there's that little doodad again. I'm sorry, that's just like one of the neatest little things. I'm used to, you know, in Brood War, you didn't get much of anything like that at all. The Reaper is going to be throwing his D8 charge at this extractor, which probably will be cancel remade. He can't out DPS the healing it would be, and nope, it lives. It stays through. Won't be living for too long. For those who do not know, this will be after BlizzCon. If you missed BlizzCon because you wouldn't have known, then there were some very big announcements in terms of the expansion, Heart of the Swarm, and new units coming in. One of the things was that the Reaper, not as a new unit, but just as a change to the Reaper itself, would be losing its D8 charge. In trade for that, it's going to be gaining a very quick health regeneration, so it'll make it a much more effective harass unit. And really, I think that's just all it'll be, is a worker killer. And if you can get it to live longer, then all the better. Super cilantro. Wow, that's critical mass octane. Oh, ha, fuels. Oh, gas prices of the future, you're so silly. We do have, looks like we're going to be having that double Reaper production coming out here as the 3 supply depots. Yep, there they are coming out. Poor Tech Lab is left all alone. This barracks making his own, saying, "You're icky, you've been touched by a factory, and I don't want factory cooties." The Reaper, which really hasn't done much, is getting ready to move out here. The Reapers do 2-shot, doing 18 damage, 2-shot a Zergling, at least baseline. And the expansion is coming out here for Strelock. These Hellions, I'm not sure if I saw the factory was produced on the tech lab, and not making a barracks on that tech lab really interesting. Now it does sound like the Reaper just ended up dying. We do see that there was a worker killed, so hey, there's something. Maybe he kind of sort of paid for himself. Did get a couple of Hellion kills, or Hellion, Zergling kill. The blue flame was not completed, which really leads me to wonder why he chose the add-on choices that he did. Now without speed, these Zerglings are going to get roasted and kited forever and ever and ever. As more Hellions come in, the Zergling speed kicks in. About to finish. And bam, those little buggers are off. They grow wings out of nowhere and go zoom. But a bunker is about to finish here as well. We do have Marines coming out in force. For whatever reason, he wanted the factory just to be able to hop back to it. SCV could just hide in the bunker. Not sure why he was running around so much. Tempting those Zerglings with those lowered supply depots, luring them into the tank fire. And those will eventually go down. I do apologize again, I mentioned it the last series, but I'll say it again here just in case. If I sound a little off or a little funny, I am just a bit sniffly, but I'm not letting that get in the way of my StarCraft 2 casting. I love this so much. I just love to do it. The income for both players looking at a, well, surprisingly even considering the harvester count. I think the pure oversaturation is what's getting at StrifeCro's lack of various places. I mean, he's pumping up more minerals, but a couple of mules drop down and suddenly that evens out. His third is just finishing up, which would be perfect timing. So we have Lair halfway through. Oh, and this poor Hellion getting taken out. The Marine Tank Force moving here, and I believe that the Baneling Nest has finished. It is, yes, in the back here. Of course, centrifugal hooks hasn't been researched because it can't be yet. We're not on Lair. But as Strelock moves forward, looking to end this game pretty early on, just with a simple... He does have stem, always opting to get that stem first. Oh, and getting that Overlord is going to supply block his opponent for that crucial bit. 2 Overlords are being made now. And Siege Tech has finished, so these tanks are ready to go. Now the Combat Shields is getting ready to finish as well. However, smart Strelock pulling off of creep, saying, I don't want to go onto there just yet until I'm sure that, Banelings haven't been morphed, or he feels more secure with his siege tanks coming in. And even an SCV here to repair. Just sending the one Marine stem forward to see what's going on. Always a very solid plan. Macro Hatch did just finish up.